Howdy, it's Jim from Team Moto Build. How are you? So it's a little cold and snowy here in the Midwest. I just finished a project I wanted to show you. It's a 2008 Arctic Cat Prowler 650. And what I did was I put some doors on it and closed the cab, added a bunch of lights, added a reverse camera, and it came out pretty cool. So let me take you on a tour. So the door is made of 3/8 inch metal steel rod, and that's been all formed and welded together. And then I use snaps to hold the waxed canvas onto that frame. And we welded on these hinges here and then bolted them to the roll bar of the Prowler. You can see that. And then use strapping material and bolted that onto the frame and use these cool magnets as closures. So we've got the pull and then these magnets, which are, I think they're about 40-pound pull weight, roughly. The windows are made out of a fairly thick vinyl, the type that you would use for replacing a convertible top, and had a local upholster sew that in. I tried it on my little home Singer, and well, I spent the next like 5 hours trying to fix that. So let a professional do that work. Inside, we have this cool little, off of Amazon, it's a backup camera that hardwires into a little monitor. So I've got that bolted to the dash, that's permanently on there. And then everything is run with these switches. So you can have the light bar on top, the rear, and then also the camera can all be turned on independently. Everything is, all the wires are hidden nicely. The wires for the lights on top all go through the roll bar. Everything's wired in and fused to the battery under the seat. This is one of those billion lumen light bars that you find off of Amazon. It's like $50. Similar with these lights back here. They're just sort of more of a spotlight, but they work really well. I'll show a picture of how well this thing lights up the night. For the back, so we have the same vinyl and sewed that in. But for this closure, I put these heavy duty magnets and sew those into the outer perimeter. And then cut a little hole for the light switch so that sticks up underneath of the cab cover. See how I like that? That all fits real nice underneath. The one modification I had to do back here was I cut and shortened the lever for the dump back, and reversed that so it's a little bit easier to grip as it flips back. But otherwise the door would hit that when it opens. Coming around to the front, so these plows have kind of a design flaw where they don't skid along that well. So I put some 1.5 PVC on the front of the blade edge, which allows it to skim across and, you know, push snow out of the way. Basically put that on a table saw, cut a 1/8 inch hole, sliced through it, and then just took a hammer and banged it on, and then used a couple of 3/8 bolts to clamp the outer edges of it. But you can see how it just rides along on these little skids. The other modification was to just really crank down those springs so it wouldn't flip forward. That was the biggest problem. It would catch anything and flip forward and just, it almost did an endo. It stopped the whole machine right away. So I think it turned out pretty well. Pretty happy with it. Any questions? Put comments or send me a note. I'll show you the backup camera. Again, this is mounted right here, and then I ran the wires through the tailgate, down under along the frame rail, and up to the switches and the battery. So kind of dig it. Let me know what you think. And that's the Team Moto Build Arctic Cat Prowler 650. Thanks.